because I have been adding and adding to my Minecraft survival base. Yes, everything I built wasn't created so I can prep for when I do want to play survival. So most of the stuff you're going to see in today's video, I built myself. It's the original design I came up with. But there's a few structures I built from YouTube because I want to add a little dimension to the base. So let's get started. Right off the bat, we have a new treehouse. I went and added a little dimension to the base for the survival players that love to live outdoors. So we got a treehouse for them. And as well, we got a community garden. So if you want to harvest resources like food, when we're running low on food, we can always do that here. We got the seeds in the base to replant them if we need to. And we got a storage system. I might actually label these in a future video. As right now, there's nothing in here. Actually, let's go in the garden itself. There's not much to show. We got carrots, beetroot, sweet berries. Also, wheat, more beetroot, more wheat, more sweet berries, carrots. And this over here has all three of them, so I want to add a little dimension to the garden. I'm actually really pleased how this treehouse turned out. I saw this video on YouTube for a while and I wanted to build it, so I added it to my world. Of course it's stressful, we have a survival staircase. Over here we got a little storage with a furnace and a little chimney. Up here we have more storage, which I really love. Up here we have a balcony. I love how the balcony looks. It is very funny. I'm wearing Jake from Adventure Time. Oh, we got a little storage up there. We got a chandelier. Up here's where it starts getting interesting to me. From the outside, we did have a branch. And the branch is actually functional. So you actually have more storage out here on the floating platform, which I really admire a lot. Really obsessed with this. I like the crystals because it gives it character. Now for the top of the treehouse, I actually whipped up my own design. So we got six different beds, but each one is one of four colors. So each color corresponds to a shulker area, which I really loved. And I want to add some indoor plants because it is a tree. And from up here, you get a clear view of the garden. And it's all really just a treehouse. I want to add character to the world. Because I feel like I have a couple friends that wouldn't mind living outdoors. So this would be perfect for them. I actually really like this area. It's actually one of my favorites in the base. It's not the top of the treehouse. And I also had firefly bushes around the tree in the garden because I want to give it like an enchanted vibe, you know? Now let's dive into the base. The base itself didn't really change much. I do plan on updating the bedroom area to make it more like intricate. Like it looks very basic right now. We got our copper columns at work sorting our resources. They're actually sorting the apples from the nether. They're actually at work right now. This is our potion room. Nothing too crazy. This is our enchantment room. This is the armor room I've whipped. This is actually original design. Everything is based I designed myself. And we also have the garden room. So this is where we would get most of our food resources. We got the crafting room across the hall is the Nether portal. Before we dive into it, I built it. This is my second time building this world because the first time I did have a power outage, so I built everything from hand again. But this room wasn't originally the original blueprint, so I wanted to do something a little different. Yes, I wanted to be a survival base. Like I wanted add a little roleplay element to it as well. So we actually got a housing area. So everyone that plays in this world will have their own pets in here. Everyone have their pets over here actually. I actually got three. We got Zero, we got Spencer and Oscar. Spencer's been in a couple Minecraft projects for me, so we do have a kitchen. We do have a living room for people that just want to chill and relax. Nothing too special. We do have a dining room for people that just want to sit down and eat. Call this like I would call this like the mess hall, honestly. It's really nice. I do have a couple add-ons that were included in this world. I might leave it in the description what add-ons were used in this world. But before I explain what I did with the Nether, we're gonna actually go into the warehouse in the tunnels. For people who are new here, yeah, haven't seen this base before, I am gonna show you what's down there. This is my warehouse. It roughly holds 1.2 million individual single items in Minecraft. I don't know how I'm gonna organize everything, but this is where we get all our sources for the world. Down here is where it gets really interesting. So basically, each town leads to a campsite. So let's say you're in the world and you want like camp out like for the night. You can absolutely do this in these tunnels. I'll actually show each individual tunnel. Which one do we want to explore first? Let's go with ocean. I actually like the way the ocean turned out. I am not gonna decorate these tunnels because I like how industrial they look. And also by the ocean campsite, we actually have a little cave that leads to a dock. I don't know if I'm gonna add more to it. Still trying to decide. Sorry guys, it takes a minute to get to these tunnels. Now this is my ocean campsite. And the campsite's actually right around the corner. I did want to add characters to the world, so each tunnel leads to a campsite. And majority of them are not far from the actual base. We actually have a tunnel that leads to a dock. I might do a more intricate design for the dock. I have a few ideas on top of my head already off the top of my head. But this does lead to a tunnel. I was thinking of making this like a storage system. This pesky water, I swear to God. Let's go down to the tunnel. Oh, let me close the trapdoor. Let's continue on with the tour. I don't know if I'm gonna have railroad tracks down here. I like taking my time to destinations. Majority of the time. That was ocean. We're gonna check the mountain next. The mountain's super close, not too far away. This is the only survival base I've ever built. It's one of my favorites. I've had a lot of fun this base. I wanted to think about everything my friends could use, or I could use. So we actually have a mountain campsite. Oh, and by the way, each campsite does come with a campfire. So if you're like nearby and you see campfire, that's what that smoke's coming from. Alright, we close the chapter, thank God. Low-key trying to stay awake because I'm drinking coffee right now. That was mountain. Let's go do forest next because there's actually a Easter egg with my river campsite. Alright, we just made it to the forest campsite. The survival base is a little laggy and buggy in certain areas, but this is the forest. Because, like, what? You can't have a true campsite unless it's in a forest. That's what most people do. IRL. And all the tunnels are labeled. I want to make sure they're labeled so I won't forget where they are. Let's actually close this because we're not going back up there. Now the river. The river is actually really interesting. The river tunnel's a little lengthy, I'm not gonna lie. We're almost there. Alright, wait, actually made it to the river campsite. Hold on, I'm looking for something at the moment. Okay. So this is the river campsite, in case you want to go fishing over here. Actually, I'm going to delete these 2 blocks. Now the river campsite, it's connected to the town directly at the back of the base. So we actually have to crawl up a little bit. So this is a tunnel that leads into the back of the base. So just a spoiler, if it's not already obvious, I am gay, so I went a rainbow tunnel. No fluffy builds complete without a rainbow tunnel. The rainbow tunnel felt really necessary at the time. I am really excited for the video for today's video because I expanded the Nether a lot. Alright, right back to the main base. Yes, the tunnel leads to the housing area. And before we dive into the Nether, I did enhance the skylight. Yes, I did want a skylight because when we're in the base and we don't know what time of day it is, we just come look up here. But I enhanced the staircase a little bit. I want to do an intricate design, and we do have storage up here. So let's say you're done traveling, doing your adventure for the day. You would most likely come here and drop out your resources to later be like harvest or furnace or crafted. So you got this. And there's also my campsite on top of the base too. If you don't have time and gets inside the base to sleep. My base definitely needs a skylight. The skylight was in the original blueprint as well. No, we're gonna dive into the Nether because I expanded it a lot. I'm excited to show you guys what I've been working on in the Nether. It's been like a side hustle, side project type moment. I think it was in the original video, but we have 2 custom bios. We got the Nether Wart there, and I forget what that biome is called, but we have an enchanted like portal. I want to make it look like it's encased in something. We actually recently updated the hub because we might be doing another project later this week. So, oh, it's a little buggy. Alright, there we go. So, this is the hub, so, oh, close the door while we're in here. It's a little buggy in here, I'm not sure why. So, this is like a mirrored version of the base in the overworld, but a more compact version. So, you got every room you would find in the other base in here. That's why I'm calling it the hub. So, you have your crafting over here. Back here, you got your farming. So, the reason I have never chest over here, never ender chest over here, because maybe I want to transport food to the other base. So, we have easy transport. We got an enchantment area. We got a potion area, in case you want to craft your potions here. And your armor. So basically, if you're a friend of mine, you would put your... Everyone's got to have 2 sections to themselves, so you have 2 sets of armor you would use day to day. And we got storage over here. Alright, I don't know why that room's so buggy all the time. I also add these ender stations for like, I'm calling them my transport stations to transport resources, or food, or whatever you want on top of your head. Alright, so this is the warehouse. So this is where we have our master storage, similar to the other base. So there's actually 14 individual sections. I'm assuming we can have each section's dedicated to an individual player, so imagine how much... Oh, I didn't finish that. Let's actually finish it while we're here, actually. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, that's better. Don't know why this server is so laggy for no reason. But you get the gist. This is like our warehouse. And right around the corner is our actual farm room. So I'm calling it like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm calling it my environment room because it looks like an environment. I had to make sure there was a torch on the other side and not feel like that torch back there. so you can guys get a glimpse of the signs. Each room is mm, labeled. So this is the farm. So we got more food, resources over here. This is actually an add-on I have in the world. So each pot is a hopper pot, and it's connected to a hopper. So whatever it auto harvests itself. So the resources are collected over time in the chests, which is really convenient. We might do some pixel art in the back wall to symbolize a farm. I really like this custom biome I built. Oh my god, it's so cute. Alright, down here we actually have slime blocks. So you don't take fall damage. We're actually gonna go over here. So this is the community craft room. Think of Power Rangers when you look at this room, basically. So each player gets their own crafting station. And you guys share like community resources over here. So there's like storage in all four corners, but each crafting station has its own designated color. So you got magenta, purple, blue, lime green, yellow, orange, and red. And there's extra storage over here. We also got another transport station over here on the end cap. Oh, this is the armor room. So again, think of Power Rangers when you look at this room. Each player gets their own designated station for like armor. So let's start over by the far right. We got red armor, orange, yellow, green. You got blue, baby blue, white, and gray. You got extra storage stations as well. I thought about everything this world can need. I had to make sure this door closed. Oh, I think this is the factory. Yup. So this is another add-on I have installed in my world. Think of like AFK farms. So it's like a farming room. But it's more of, I want to do like an industrial factory layout. So you have all your farms. And they're actually harvesting resources. And the idea is this add-on, collecting resources for you while you're away from the game, if that makes sense, when you're not on the game, which is really nice. And there's like 27 different farms we have in this room. You can see towards the end I had to dig in the wall a little bit to make space for diggies. But whatever resource we do collect, they come over here. So think of like a factory layout. And this factory is actually one of my new additions. I loved how it turned out, like how industrial it looks. I actually took some inspiration from the trailer for this add-on because they actually had a similar floor plan. And I went to do an homage to it because I liked the way it looked. And that's the factory. Now there's a couple more sections to tour around. I do like how the bridges, like the rooms, are connected to the biome. That's what I really wanted. Oh, we also got another transport station. Oh, this is my tree room. This is one of my favorite farms in my world currently today. So every wood type has its own farming system. So let's say you're looking for a specific wood type, you can just grab it and go about your day and craft what you need in the overworld. So over here is the color coordinating system. So each wood type is corresponding to a pot color. So for example, purple is pale oak. So we would come over here, go to pale oak. Yep, pale oak's right here. Got all the wood you need. The cool part about this tree farm room is there's a specific, I think it's the oak. It actually harvests apples for us, so we can actually transport that to the overworld. And down here is where it gets interesting. I just finished the build last night, I think. I don't know when I'm gonna put in the end there. I really don't know. So I don't know why. I just like the way the orange and the resin look together, so I combine them both. We're gonna make our way down here. So this actually leads to like a master base. So if the hub isn't big enough for you got everything you need over here. I actually love how this looked and turned out. So this is like our nether base. So over here would be your crafting. Over here would be your farming. Over here would be your potions, essentials. Over here you got storage. And over here you have an enchantment. This was originally not in the original concept for the YouTube video I based this off of. So originally in the original video, this was a nether portal, but we already have one in the nether, so I want to do a little bit more extra storage. And it's all they really built. Eventually, I want to expand this over here, do like a parkour system to get to the next platform. What that will allow us to do is do like a housing area, like an actual house in the nether. People just want to kick back and relax. Oh, we also had this carpet an hour ago. I hope you liked today's video. If you like my content, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you want to see more content, I'm always on Twitch. See you guys. Mwah! Love you guys. Peace out, Cub Scouts.